Good morning, everyone. It's lovely to see you all this morning. So each day, each moment, we begin again. So to start today, let's take a moment to feel the presence. There's such beautiful presence and human beings in this room. Take a moment to feel the presence of the room and the people around you. And you can look around the room or close your eyes and feel the link. So our practice brings us together, but the naturalness or truth of our interconnectedness holds us ceaselessly. And we come together today to realize that oneness and interconnectedness. So let us practice today with yoga by Karen, and we will have seated meditation, chanting, bowing practice, and then we'll also listen to a Dharma talk by Reverend Yu. And the title of the talk is The 6 Dharma Stages of Inner Transformation. So let us welcome Karen to start us off this morning with yoga.
Good morning, everyone. May I ask you to please stand? If you'd prefer to stay seated in your chair during this whole practice, that's totally fine. Whatever works for you. So let's just get nice and loose in the body and take a minute to drop down out of the head, right? Out of the thinking mind. And feel the soles of your feet on the floor. If you're seated, feel the connection of your body to the surface that you're seated on. And just drop into your body, into the sensation there. Beautiful. So we're going to do some standing, what we call cat-cow poses. Real simple. Feet are hip distance apart. We're going to roll the shoulders back and gently press the hips forward, maybe drop the chin a little bit. And then exhale and fold forward. Just bring your hands to the tops of your thighs. And then inhale, come back up again. Roll the shoulders back, press the hips slightly forward. You can look up where the wall meets the ceiling if that's okay for your neck. Exhale, draw the belly in, round the back, shoulders come forward. We'll do one more round of this. Inhale, open the chest, open the heart. Breathe and exhale, round the back. Release the shoulders forward. Come back up to stand, bring your hands to your hips, separate the feet a little bit wider. We're just going to circle at the hips, nice and easy. But again, paying attention to sensation in your body, right? The mind's going to wander, that's what the mind does, but just bring your awareness back to the body. And then we circle around the other way. Connect to your breath, inhaling and exhaling. And then come back to neutral. Step the feet back, hip distance apart. We're going to sweep the arms up overhead, softness behind your knees. Grab hold of your right wrist with your left hand, and we're going to side bend over towards the windows. Drop the hip, you can bend into that left knee. Drop the right hip over to the side. Breathe into the side body. And then inhale, press into the feet, release, and grab hold of the opposite wrist. Bending the right knee now, and side bend over to the right. Breathing into the left side of the body. Big stretch here. Nice big inhale, come back up. Release the hands, bring the hands behind the body, and you can just rest them like so. Just behind your kidneys, roll the shoulders back, softness in your knees, but press the hips gently forward, drop the chin down, breathe into the front body, and then inhale, come back up again. This time we're going to fold all the way over, Softness behind the knees always. Folding over, folding over. Don't worry about how far you go. Just try to find some ease in the body. And then slowly engage your abs and slowly just slide the hands up the legs as you come back up again, stacking your vertebra one at a time. And take a nice big inhale, reach all the way up. And then exhale, swan dive over the legs again. Softness behind your knees. Inhale, come halfway up. This time the hands come just above the knees. Roll the shoulders back, straight spine. Exhale, fold forward. Then find your feet in the earth. Big inhale, come all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Exhale, hands glide down the center. Take a pause, just check in. Nice big inhale. And exhale. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, swan dive over the legs, all the way over. Again, don't worry about how far you go. Inhale, come halfway up, roll the shoulders back, hands come just above the knees. Exhale, fold over again. And then finding your feet, pressing into the earth. Big inhale, come all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. And exhale, hands down the center line. Go ahead and step the feet nice and wide here. Relax the hands to the hips. We'll turn the left toes out and step the right heel slightly back and look down and see that you're intersecting the heel of the front foot with the arch of the back foot. Bend into that. Face forward with your heart. Bring your arms out to shoulder level. Beautiful. And look over the front arm. Check for a second and look down and make sure you can see your big toe. Beautiful. Inhale, bring the arms up as you straighten that knee. And exhale, back down again. Use your abs. Inhale up. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And we relax the hands to the hips and change sides. So step the right toes out, left heel slightly back, bend into that right knee. Inhale, arms up, shoulder level. Roll the shoulders down slightly. Breathe. And then inhale, straighten the knee, bring the arms up. Exhale, bend, arms out. Squeeze the glutes. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one, up. Exhale down. And just come back to neutral, face front, hands on hips. Last movement here. Step the feet back. Breath of joy, softness in your knees. So breath of joy is you're pretending that you're leading an orchestra. Okay? So 3 short strokes with the baton as you inhale 3 times in the nose. And then on the exhale, you're going to fold over the legs. And then you start again. We'll do that 3 times. Okay? And we begin. Let go. Exhale. And again. Exhale, let go. Exhale, let go. And now nice and slowly engage your abs. Just stack your vertebra one at a time, nice and slow as you roll up, roll up, roll up. And please remain standing. Thank you.
So please bring your palms together in front of your chest. We stand before Ilwansang, the Dharmakaya Buddha, which represents our true nature. So we bow to the four graces. So we bow in gratitude to the grace of heaven and earth, grateful for the air we breathe and the earth we walk on, honoring the infinite benevolence of nature and the universe. We bow in gratitude to the grace of parents, grateful for this human life and body, grateful to our teachers and ancestors, and all of those who have had a nurturing role in our lives. We bow in gratitude to the grace of fellow beings, recognizing the truth of interconnectedness. We bow in gratitude to the grace of laws, both natural law and secular law, laws that guide us, protect us, and promote justice. Now let us bow to our neighbor Buddhas with our big, beautiful smiles and open hearts. So I have a quick practical information for you. There's a Subaru SUV whose lights are on. And the license plate, I think, is EKX9680. So we just wanted to let you know. So let us continue our practice with sitting meditation, and Pete will guide us further.
The method of sitting meditation is simple and easy. Sit comfortably on the floor or in a chair. Breathe in, grab all your tension, and breathe it out. Open up your chest and heart. Stretch up tall and align your spine from your neck to your tailbone. Relax your shoulders and arms. Allow your hands to rest on your knees. Bring your attention to your breath. As you exhale, release all mental and physical tension. Invite your attention to abide in your chi energy field, which is called Tanjong. This is located about 2 inches below your navel and is the power center for your breathing. Open your eyes and gaze downward over the end of your nose and to the floor. Keep your mouth closed and allow the tip of your tongue to rest gently against the roof of your mouth. When your mind is concentrated and calm, pure and clear saliva may gather in the mouth. You may swallow it. Relax your facial muscles and notice your gentle smile. If your face or body begins to itch, do not scratch. This is just a sign energy is circulating in your body. Simply note the itching and let it pass. If your legs ache unbearably, you may change position very slowly and quietly, so you maintain a calm stillness and do not interrupt others. When thoughts arise in your mind, do not be discouraged or disturbed by them. Simply focus on your breathing without reacting to or playing with those thoughts. Recognize them as thoughts. They will disappear by themselves. And remember, keep bringing your awareness back to your Tanjong breathing center. If you continue practicing meditation for a long period of time, you will rest in the realm of samadhi, deep meditation in which the mind is calm, concentrated, perfectly focused, and at peace, with no distinction between self and others, time or place. We are grateful to sit quietly together, finding the still point within. May we be here now, aware of our ever calm and alert spirit.
So we will continue our practice with chanting meditation. Please open up your booklets to page 4 and 5 to chant the Ilwan Song Vow and the Heart Sutra, led by John.
One song vow. Ilwan is the realm of samadhi beyond words and speech, the gateway of birth and death, transcending being and non-being, origin of heaven and earth, parents, fellow beings, and laws, the true nature of all Buddhas, enlightened masters, enlightened people and sentient beings. Ilwan manifests as both permanence and impermanence. Viewed as permanence, Ilwan unfolds into an infinite world that is ever abiding, spontaneous, just as it is. Viewed as impermanence, Ilwan unfolds into infinite worlds through the cycle of formation, duration, decay, and extinction of the universe. The birth, aging, illness, and death of all beings, according to how we use our minds and bodies. In the 4 forms of birth, we transform through the 6 realms of existence, progressing or regressing. Grace arising from harm or harm from grace, therefore we unawakened beings vow to practice wholeheartedly, modeling ourselves after Ilwan Song, the Dharmakaya Buddha, by cultivating our minds and bodies, deeply knowing human affairs and universal principles thoroughly, using our minds and bodies skillfully, thus progressing rather than regressing, and receiving grace rather than harm, until we attain the great empowerment of Ilwan, become one with the nature of Ilwan. Heart Sutra. The Bodhisattva of great compassion, when deeply practicing Prajnaparamita, realized that all 5 aggregates are empty, thus became free from all suffering and distress. Shariputra, form does not differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. The same is true of sensations, perceptions, impulses, and consciousness. O Shariputra, all dharmas are empty. They do not appear or disappear, not tainted or pure, do not increase or decrease. Emptiness, no form, no sensations, no perceptions, no impulses, no consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of mind, no realm, no eye, no nose, tongue, body, or mind, consciousness, no ignorance, nor extinction of ignorance, no old age and death, extinction of them, no suffering of suffering, no cessation of suffering, no path, no wisdom, no attainment, with nothing to attain. Bodhisattva relies on Prajna Paramita, therefore the mind has no hindrance. Without any hindrance, no fears exist. From delusion one dwells in nirvana. All Buddhas of the past, present, and future rely on Prajna Paramita and attain supreme enlightenment. Therefore know that Prajna Paramita is the great mantra, is the great enlightening mantra. Unsurpassed and unequal mantra, which is able to eliminate all suffering. This is true, not false, so proclaim the Prajna Paramita mantra, which says, gone, gone, gone beyond, far beyond, now awaken. Gate, gate, para, gate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha. Gate, gate, para, gate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha. Gate, gate, para, gate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha.
Let's take a moment to raise our arms, breathing in, reach up, and stretch. Stretch to the sky. And release, breathe out. Let's do that one more time. One more big stretch. Reach up a little bit higher this time. Breathe in and out. And then take a moment to pay attention to your neck. Roll your neck in one direction and the other direction. And twist from side to side. And then you can release your legs and make yourself comfortable. And please bring your palms together to welcome Reverend Yu, our wonderful teacher and retreat director. And the title of his Dharma talk is The 6 Dharma Stages of Inner Transformation.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Yeah, you can make yourself comfortable. Korean War broke out in 1960s. The North Korean army invaded South Korea very early. I think it's 5 o'clock. Yeah. South Korean government was not prepared at all. So North Korean army very swiftly moved, occupied Seoul within a week and moved southward. My hometown, my mother's hometown is located in Daegu City, in the middle of the South Korean peninsula. So my grandfather was worried about whether his family should move to Busan, the southernmost port city in Korea, or not. So finally he decided to move there for safety. And at that time, my mother was 9 years old. My grandmother carried my uncle, 3-year-old boy, on her back and clutched 1-year-old daughter, my aunt, to her chest. And my grandfather had to carry lots of heavy bags. And I asked, my mother's job was to take care of her little brother, 5-year-old boy, my uncle who lives right now in Seoul. And my grandfather asked my mother, Jeongja is my mom's legal name, Jeongja, you are not supposed to follow stranger. So who knows, they got separated. Or constantly check your pocket, whether the money is there or not. Or do not drink some dirty water. Out of worry, my grandfather asked a lot of things to my mother. When he go out of his house and all those refugee lines, he was appalled. It's really chaotic situation. He come back to the house and asked just one thing to my mother. Do you know what my grandfather asked to my mom? Do not let go of your little brother's hand. Just do not let go of your little brother's hand. That's just the one asking. They say Shakyamuni Buddha taught almost 49 years. His whole teaching, they said, is condensed in the Heart Sutra we just chant. What is the conclusion of Heart Sutra? Just like my grandfather's last interesting word. Pranya Paramita Mantra, Kate Kate Prakate Prashangate Bodhisvaha. That's the conclusion of the Heart Sutra. At the same time, that's the conclusion or the essence of the whole Buddha's teaching. This is something that Buddha wants us not to forget about. What does that mean? Kate, the Sanskrit original kate, kate is the phonetic translation. Gone to the other shore was an awakening. When it comes to our body, in this early morning, you come to the One Dharma Center. After service, you go to your home. Tomorrow, you have to go to the workplace and so on. But in this Prajna mantra, here, what Buddha asks us is, where is your mind is going? Where is your life is going? In other words, what you would like to accomplish truly? What's your life goal? So Bodhisattva means what an awakening. One and the only way to be free from suffering and distress is to know who we really are, the reality of our mind. It's called the awakening or enlightenment. Because all our suffering and happiness arise from our mind. From that ground, when I was 13, when I was in the 6th grade in elementary school, Korean economy, because of the oil shock, became very hard. My father's business got almost bankrupt. So my father, especially my mom, got really worried about it. We were about to lose a lot of money. And I saw from time to time, my mother cried in secret. I'm not sure it's because of the little dark family atmosphere. Then one day, I received from my sister, my older sister, very pretty notebook. I still vividly remember with the Snoopy image on top of that. At the time, in Korea, they start to make very fancy stationery items. So I decided my man had to use this for my diary. Yeah? And on top of that front cover, right before the Snoopy image, what am I supposed to write? What I thought, what is the theme of my life or human life? Do you know what I wrote? I was 13 years old. I wrote this Korean letter, Go. Do you know what Go means? Suffering. This is a Chinese character, Go, means this is a thorn bush. This for a long time, the lower part. Holding thorn bush for a long time. That's a suffering. So think about that. Buddha specifically mentioned a lot of human reality we cannot avoid. When you go old, you become sick. Is that what you want? Not many people know what would happen after death. Or we cannot get what we want. Or we cannot avoid some stressful situation or person. There are many aspects of the human life. So Buddha called the nature of a human life is a dukkha, dissatisfaction. It's an inevitable thing. Buddha's teaching started from that, which I realized at the age of 13. Yeah. So Buddha said, one and the only way to be completely free from suffering is awakening who you really are. All five aggregates are empty. When we realize the reality of ourselves, became free from more suffering and distress. So in Won Buddhism, our founding master said 6 stages of Dharma. According to the level of Dharma, the mind practice, he suggested 6 stages. The first stage is the beginner's stage. The second is the stage of special phase. And the last stage is the stage of a greatly enlightened Buddha. So why don't we read together the beginner's stage altogether? The beginner's stage 1. This stage is for all people. Okay, thank you. Let's think about that. When you plan to go to the top of the Mount Everest, you have to fly to JFK. And then you have to fly to Kathmandu, the capital of Nepal, to adjust yourself to the altitude. And then you need to hike to the base camp of the Mount Everest, and so on. There is a stages. Likewise, when we move to the stage of the great realized Buddha, our founding master suggested 8 stages. It's important to know where we are and where we are heading. Because depending on the stage, the way of a practice is slightly different. The beginner's stage, our third head Dharma master, Master Desan, was married at the age of 16, very early, which was the customary practice in Asia, it's early marriage. And in his room, he kept one little wooden box. What's inside? He always locked the little box. So his wife was really curious about what's inside. It may be some money or the love letters that he received from other women or the photo of some pretty actress. Do you know what's inside? He so challenged some contents inside the box. There was one. One was 대순정경, Taoist scripture that our founding master gave him. The other was One Buddhism membership card, this kind of membership card. There was 2 things inside the box. The beginning stage, Mr. Desan said, among the 6 Dharma stages, which one is the most fortunate and indispensable? It is the beginner's stage. Indeed, just as a wild colt roams restlessly before finally discovering a house with its door wide open and then stepping inside, so too does a practitioner enter the Buddhist path. After wandering aimlessly, one finally steps into the Buddha Dharma, discovering the foundation of the path to eternal life. Is that not a moment of great joy and celebration? Why do you think it is the moment of great joy and celebration? Our founding master said, if you just like or pleased to meet my teaching, you are not truly understand my Dharma. When you weep and wail with a great excitement and joy, that person truly knows my teaching. Why this is the most fortunate? I thought when I was a prime minister, the most important stage was the stage of the first sainthood or greatly realized stage. But our third Dharma master and the founding master, the most important stage is the beginner's stage. Probably one of the reasons is being born as a human being and encountering the Buddha Dharma. That chance is very, very slim. It is one of the reasons. My interpretation, yeah. You have to feel this thing so that you can be more greatly motivated to walk on the Dharma path. How rare that opportunity. In Zen tradition, they usually use the analogy of a Mengu Umo. You have heard that before. Blind turtle. Umong means encountering the wooden piece. They say there is a vast ocean. There is one piece of wood floating around. In that ocean, there lived one turtle, which was blind. In order to take a breath, he came to the surface of the waters once in 1,000 times. When the blind turtle comes to the surface of the sea, when it happened to put its head on top of the floating wooden piece and take a breath very comfortably, that is the chance that you are born as a human beings and meet the Buddha Dharma. Think about the number of insects or fish or other animals. So what is the beginner's stage? Best Desan said, 불지 출발, 큰집 발견. 큰집 발견 means discovering great house, your true home. 불지 출발 means embarking on a new journey. Resetting your life. Turning your step anew for a new direction. That's the essence of the stage of the beginner. Master Desan said, just as one must first purchase a ticket from the train station to reach their destination, a runner in a race must begin at the starting line for their victory to be recognized. In the same way, in one Buddhist system of Dharma stages, a practitioner must go through the initiation process, starting from the beginner's stage. The founder of Samsung, especially Samsung Electronics, was Lee Byung-chul. And their family is very sincere, one Buddhist. When Lee Byung-chul entered the gateway of one Buddhism, he entered the faith, then our third head Dharma master gave him the stage of a beginner. Whether you are male or female, whether you are highly educated or not, whether you are rich, poor, disabled, or healthy, we always start from the beginner's stage. It's very fair. Huh? What is our true home? Our third head Dharma master said to the minister, what is or where is your great house or true home? Our third head Dharma master was ordained, or at least decided his mind to become Om Buddhist minister at the age of 16. He was a novice for a couple of years. Master Desan was born and raised in a very, very rich family. His father was a rich landlord. And at the headquarters, he has to do a lot of chores all day long. So during the break time, like 1 week, he went to the Japo City, his house. But after staying in that private house for 1 or 2 weeks, he said he became very restless to come back to the headquarters. Master Desan said he made a lot of commentary on this sixth Dharma stage. Having lived without understanding the law of cause and effect, indulging only in the worldly pleasures, one now embarks on a journey that seeks the truth and the source of wisdom and the blessing. It's like emerging from the world of darkness, wandering aimlessly, and then finally stepping into a realm of light. How many people in this world clearly know or believe the eternal life? Many people think that is it. There are countless lives unfolding after we die, and the karmic principle of cause and effect, the universal law. Even though we know what is right, it's not easy to carry out each and every item in our real life. But what if we do not know the truth itself? Buddha said it is just like a child happened to hold a very burning iron stick. If we know that iron stick is very, very hot, at least because of some habit, we are tempted to hold that, but we become at least very careful. But if we do not know, not at all, whether it's hot or cold, people can hold that. So as soon as we enter the path, Mr. Desan said, we are endowed with the right and the duty to become a Buddha. We come to bear the responsibility of walking the Buddha's path. And the only thing that's required in the beginner's stage is, let's take a look at once more. In the teaching, take refuge in the teachings of the Buddha and accept the 10 precepts. If you are beginner at the stage, you do not have to meditate. Observing 10 precepts is what comes first. I encourage you to meditate on the regular basis. What the Shakyamuni Buddha taught to lay persons and to the monastic was very different. Usually, spiritual cultivation or meditation, it's basically for the monastics. For the lay persons, he basically taught observing precepts and the dana paramita, generosity or helping others physically, materially, mentally. Last month, I went to the Manhattan Temple, and I happened to talk with the Reverend Park, the minister at the Manhattan Temple. She said, what's going on in the meditation center in Manhattan? As you might know, the biggest meditation center in New York City is the Shambhala Center. The branches are everywhere. It's closed, almost got bankrupt. Why? The teachers got involved in unethical conduct. Very simple. They broke the 10 precepts. But would you read that? Yeah, the precepts of our founding masters. The second, yeah.
The founding master said, "True freedom is attained by refraining from self-indulgence. Great benefit is attained by ridding oneself of selfish desires. Therefore, one who seeks true freedom must keep the precepts well. One who seeks great benefit must first foster a public spirit."
Thank you. There is a Korean saying, patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. Buddha taught the 6 paramitas. It is 6 ways to go to the other shore, to the enlightenment. Prajna paramita, we just chanted, is the apex of the 6 paramita. It starts from dana paramita, generosity. The other thing, sila paramita. Sila is morality. Viraya paramita, diligence, great effort. And there is a kanti paramita. Kanti. Do you know what kanti means? Sanskrit kanti means perseverance, patience. Buddha said, without this kanti paramita, the other paramita cannot bear fruit. One American psychologist conducted this experiment to the children. He gave each and every children a bar of candy, chocolate. And he said, you can eat this chocolate now, but when I come back after 1 hour, you will get 1 more chocolate. So the children got the choice. I can have the chocolate now, just 1 chocolate, or I can wait 1 hour to have 1 more chocolate. So after he came back after 1 hour, some children ate their chocolate, but some other children waited. The psychologist studied their career after 30 years. He studied their career and how successful they were in their own area. Generally speaking, it turned out the children who waited 1 more hours to get 1 more chocolate tended to become far more successful in that area. So, kanti paramita, perseverance or patience. Think about that, not just in our spiritual practice, in our life. Without that, how can we become successful? So Jesus said, enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. So once again, let's think about where we are going, kate parakate, where we are going, what we truly accomplish. And let's reset our life, transform our life direction. So next time I will talk about the next stage, the stage of special faith. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Yu, for your wise Dharma talk. I can't believe that Snoopy made it all the way to Korea. So each day, each moment, I said, we begin again and again. I have a few announcements to make. And, excuse me. Okay. I'm missing my, oh, there it is. So this is sort of last call for the Young People's Retreat on the 14th through the 16th. So next week, if you know anyone who's interested, there's a few spots left. And then we also have Memorial Day Weekend Retreat, Awakening the Buddha Within, Sudden and Gradual Paths to Liberation. And this is May 23rd through May 26th. And then I have one really special announcement to make. So many of you know that we have been going through a little transition with ministers leaving, but we are so very grateful to announce that we have 2 new ministers that just joined us. And it is a big deal for someone to leave their home in another country in Korea and come here and for the benefit of everyone here and all of America and work with us. So I want to, without further ado, introduce Reverend Haecum and Reverend Ji-won.
Hi. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. My name is Ji-won Chong. Ji-won. Ji-won. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. We're so happy you're here. Maybe we can work on English and Korean. We can learn Korean and we can help with their English as well. So thank you, Reverend Haecum and Reverend Ji-won. So let's take a moment. We are going to dedicate the merit of our practice today to a fellow Dharma sister practitioner. Her name is Leslie Tapsek, and she's dealing with some medical issues, painful issues. So if we could just take a moment to, in silence, and send her our good energy and love and prayers. Thank you. Thank you all. Now please open up your booklets to page 9 to read the morning prayer song. Dharmakaya Buddha, for grace, I begin a new day in your presence. Today, full of health and with peace of mind, may I walk along the path of the Buddha. Dharmakaya Buddha, for grace, I begin a new day with your grace. Today, gratefully and with gentle words, may I live in harmony with all those I meet. Dharmakaya Buddha, for grace, I begin a new day with compassion. Today, making the world a more loving place. May I do all that I can for one world. Thank you for your practice. We will see you next week.